Hello, and welcome to the 95th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto, and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. Crafting world. I think I pronounced it better that second time. So, it's been about 3 weeks since my last update. Not too bad in comparison to some of my other breaks, but I did take a little bit longer. But this week I actually have a lot to show off. I kind of delayed putting up my episode because there's some stuff I was waiting for, and I finally got them, and I got all excited. So today I actually made like notes on my phone, so we'll see whether or not I can actually keep track of it. So today I have a finished object. Hold on, oh, that's perfect. So I have a new finished object. I've got a few new cast-ons because I have to. I've got one whip, and I got quite a bit of stash enhancement. So let's start off with my finished object. So, I have finished my Golden Hour socks. This yarn is from the Cozy Knitter. Is that the right one? No, this is not the right label for it. I thought I had put this inside the right bag, but this is for a different pair of socks that my aunt has already run off with. So ignore this one. It is from the Cozy Knitter, but the colorway is called the Golden Hour. It's on her Bliss base. So she had done a collaboration with Sandy by the Lakeside, and they had a kit that they were going to be selling at the I'm so bad with this name. There was a yarn festival that they're going to be having in Montreal that got postponed, and then I don't know if it's been canceled or just said, we're just going to do it next year type of thing. But this is what they were going to be, this in the bag were what they were going to be selling. And as soon as I saw it, I bought the yarn, and guess what? I am keeping this one. I think my aunt has seen it. She has not requested it for me, so I don't feel anyways. So last time you had seen it, one sock was already done. Let me just put that somewhere so I know where it is. One sock was already done, and I had just finished the heel for the second sock. So now I finished it off. It is done. They are ready to be worn. I even wove in the ends and everything before I took pictures and put them up on Instagram. So for these ones, I'm going to put them inside my other socks that I finished for this year. I don't really know how many I have done, but I'm going to take off my progress keeper because I need to use that for other stuff now. So that is my one finished object. Okay, so let's go into my whips, which is my auntie's Love Note sweater. I didn't put in as much work on this as I wanted to, but I put in an okay amount of work. Sorry. So this is the Love Note sweater by Tin Can Knits. You saw last week, last episode, that I had finished one in orange for myself. She saw mine, she really liked it. So I started one for her. No, it's this way. So currently right now I split off for the sleeves. I'm using these wonderful Clover, Clover sleeve holders. I basically bought 2 sets now, so I have one set on this and one on waiting to be used on another project. So this is where I am on this. Last time you had seen it, I was where my little purple stitch marker is. So I finished off the lace design, and I'm basically in the stockinette portion of it. So technically it's not going to be too bad to finish it, but I'm making progress on it. The yarn that I'm using for this, for the main yarn, I'm using the Mondim Retrosaria in the colorway 114 in this color. And then for the mohair part, I am using Biche and Bouche Le Petit Silk and Mohair in the colorway Very Light Blue. So this is the end of the first ball. I still haven't even touched the second one yet. I'm still on the first ball for this one, and I've got a ton left. I'm pretty certain I'm going to have at least one skein left over for this, to the point that I actually end up using a bit of it for another project, which I'll show you in a bit. So let's put them back in, and put you back in. Okay. Okay. Now, where am I going to put you? Well, we'll just leave you over here for now. So, I have a basket that I'm currently taking things out of, and I don't want to get things confused because of the way I have everything set up. But, okay, so let's start on my new cast-on. So, the first thing I cast on was this is the Sandy by the Lakeside bag that I was talking about. This housed my golden hour socks in it before because it seems appropriate. Right now it has the my new pair of socks in here. These ones, did I put the label in here or not? I don't think I did. So, hold on a second. I'm just going to show off the first sock and tell me this does not look gorgeous. So, this is the stripe pattern. This is from Area 51 Fibers. Every time I've been showing off a new set of self-striping yarn, it's been hers. Now this is the first thing I've actually cast on, because I kept saying I will do it, but I've got other things to finish. I finished off these socks. This was the first thing that came out. So the colorway for these ones is called Retro Ross, based on Bob Ross, the painter, from The Joy of Painting. Anybody who watched PBS? Back in the day, he was on all the time. So I actually cast on the first sock. I used the leftover, I think it was Manos del Uruguay that I had, some leftover for that. And I thought I had enough. I didn't have enough. So I did the heel cuffs and toes on the first sock, which I finished. I used it's just vanilla. I used the contrasting heel cuffs and toes, which don't really look like that contrasty. You can see the difference a bit, I guess, on this one. And then I went to go start the second sock and realized I don't have enough for heel cuffs and toes. So what I did is I actually dipped into the Mondi Retrosaria, the same blue that I was using for my aunt's yarn. I just took one of the balls. And that's what I'm using for the heel cuffs and toes. So I started on the leg, and I just finished the heel on here, and now I'm about to go back on to do the self-striping for the foot. So for these ones, I'm using size 0 US, my usual size for knitting socks, completely vanilla. I'm using my Xiaogu needles, and and with that ball winder that I got, I was able to make a cake. It's not a pretty cake now, but it looked really good when it was first done. So that is what I'm using from Area 51. The other one that I got at the same time, I think it was Draught of Peace. After I finish what I got inside of here, that's going to be my next self-striping one that I'm going to work on. I'm looking forward to working on it. So I was trying, saying, yeah, I have a new cast on and another finished object. I wanted to get these ones done, but it just didn't happen with the other stuff that I ended up casting on. So that is it for that first new cast on. Yep, first. All right, next one to show. We'll start with this one. So July started. Therefore, I was allowed to start my my Christmas in July sock from Area 51. So I casted it on. I have to do today's stripe, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I started it. She sent two self-striping yarn skeins that were, I don't know if they were dyed together at the same time or they just done it in tandem. It's been working out pretty evenly for that. So I just know that's a hard thing to do. So this is as far as I've made it so far. This one, I think it's a Cascade 220 Silk Heritage. It's like honestly one of the first sock yarns I purchased that I got it into a knot, and it basically stayed there in that knot for ages. And every once in a while I'll take it and undo a little bit, but I just decided to just use it for heel cuffs and toes. Because it's such a multicolored stripe, I don't think it really matters what I use for it, but that's what I have. The stitch marker I got from Area 51. It came with it. Yeah. That, and it is sitting in my Christmas in July bag. Sock bowl that she sewed to go with it. So that's what it's sitting in. That's what's in there. Slowly working my way through it. That's new cast on number 2. Put you off to the side. New cast on number 3. Along with the self-striping yarn, she also sent a bunch of mini skeins. And you're supposed to open them up like one every day. I'm so behind. It took me so long just to get the cuffs done on the first sock. So I got that done. I decided to go with a, this one is another Cascade. Sorry, that first one was in Cascade 220. Sorry, it was Cascade Silk Heritage, which is a fingering weight yarn. This one is a Cascade, I can't remember what it is, but it's a really soft gray, and I like the color of it. So I said, I'll do this. I basically opened up the first one just to see what the color was, and I'm like, yeah, not too contrasty, that's what we'll do. So I'm still on the first one, which is this lovely purple. I've got color number 2 sitting in a bin over there, in a bowl, but it's still in its skein format. I haven't taken it out of that, and then everything else is inside, over there. I haven't even gone inside there for day 3, 4, or 5, so I've got some catching up to do. The plan was to do them in tandem. So I have, I have one on this one, the other one on this one, and as you can see, I've cast it on, but I haven't even joined the round. I'm just falling behind. So whenever it happens, it happens. I'm not rushing it. I put these ones in another sock bowl bag that she made. This is what came in my Scrum Diddly Umptious self-striping socks, which are in one of the other bins over there. So I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm pulling it out early, and I'm going to use it to put my stuff in because I do have so many things, and it's easier that way. So I'll add that to my pile. Okay, I've got like this growing pile of stuff. I'm trying to make sure that they don't fall over. So now we'll get into my new acquisitions, because I got quite a bit of them. This is what happens when it's just, they're like, oh, I can't go to the yarn shop. Let's order more stuff online, even though you don't have projects set aside for them. And stuff like that. So first thing we'll do, inside this container, I got, which one is this one? No, not that one. Okay, we'll start with these. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Okay, we'll start with these. I was on Instagram, and Max Les Garçons, which is Max, Cyr, and Vincent, I can't remember, put up on, but it was Max who had put it up on his Instagram about doing a collaboration with the Grocery Girls and putting up an enamel pin and a progress keeper. I've come to the conclusion that I have an addiction, because almost immediately I went to their Etsy page and I put in an order. And while I was there, that wasn't the only thing I got. I ended up picking up something else that I've always wanted to get. And I like these ones. So first thing I'm going to do is, this one is from I got all 3 of these from the Grocery Girls. So I got these little tags that you can get to sew onto your projects, right? I am not certain if it's leather or leather-like, but I think it's a good idea. So I'm probably going to, especially with stuff that I give away to other people, I'm probably going to attach these on it as little labels. From the Grocery Girls, I got a progress keeper. Can you see that? Does that look right? Does that look okay? And along with that, I also got an enamel pin. So the 2 of these together. And by the next day, I believe, or actually he was showing pictures of it throughout the week. He had, Max had said that he also was making more enamel pins and, more enamel pins and progress keepers. So I got some. So this is, hold on. I don't remember the names for all of these. Sorry, but I look at them and I just think that they're cute. So now I got these 2. These 2 raccoons. The otters. I'm just trying to get you to hang down. Why would you hang down proper way? The otters. And, oh, it's like they're shy or something. And the Dobermans. Once that one stops shaking. So I now have a new collection. I need more bags or something to put them on. So I'm going to put them back in here. I so desperately wanted to use them. I said, no, I'm going to wait until I get to show them off on the podcast. And then once they're shown off on the podcast, I will put them to use. So let me just put these away. And I'll just put the one that this is the other one that I had just taken off one of my projects, the polar bear one. All right, now let's get into my other thing that I was waiting for. And I was almost willing just to say, you know what, forget it, I'll just show off what I had before. But then I got a notification saying that it was coming on Friday, so I could not wait. So, no, that's not the one I want to show off first. This one is not that you. Was it you? Was it you? Yeah. So, Area 51 had another thing with, my English is so bad right now, another combo, I guess, is what I would call it, with a yarn basket and a skein of yarn. So I basically asked, okay, when you get it, let me know, I'm going to order it. But then I had seen other stuff that she had put out the week before that I really liked, and I said, okay, I'm going to put in an order for this, just hold it all, and then ship them all at the same time. She said, no problem, sent me notification as soon as everything was ready. So this is what I had my yarn waiting for before everything got sent. So this is a Harry Potter set right here. So it came with this yarn bowl bag. And the inside, it's a Hedwig all over this one. On the inside, it's the different houses on the inside for the fabric. It opens up, just place that there. It opens up pretty good. Put in like one skein of sock yarn and use it like a bowl. So it will be sturdy and just stay in one place while you work with it. And then with that came a self-striping skein called Harry. On her, is it Sturdy Alien is the base. I really should know the names for this considering how much of this I now own. So this one is Sturdy Alien. I am looking forward to working with this one. I think, honestly, all of them I have, I really like them all. So this is the first game that I got from her with this set. Okay, now let's find a way to do this without getting things confused. We'll just stick you in there for now. And then I got this one. It shows, this is my, because I've recently been playing Animal Crossing. And this was based on the colors from, I think, one of their pictures that they used for it to advertise for it. So this is called Summer Splash. Another self-striping. This one is called Phoebe, as in Phoebe from Friends. Those are all the colors that are on it. And this one is George. Yeah, George as in George Weasley. But with George comes Fred. Because I knew if I got one twin, I had to get the other. I couldn't separate them. So that's Fred and George. Right there. And then the last skein I got, I looked at the colors and I thought this was just a beautiful combination. I think I'm a sucker for this color set. This one's called Alice, as in Alice in Wonderland, I think, based on the Disney cartoon from, the one that was from way back. So, based on the colors of her dress and her hair and that kind of stuff. So, that's this one. So, I got so in total, how many skeins of yarn is that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeins of yarn that I got all at the same time. I have to pause. I'm going to have to pause for a little bit, but I love them. So I think, yes, I did put a picture up on Instagram with all of them. So this is my haul from Area 51 within the past few weeks. So it does come pretty quickly. So if you're in Canada, it seems like it came within a week. Yeah, a week from when she sent them out, it came. And she lives in, like, not the Midwest. Saskatchewan? Regina, I think. Regina, Ontario. It's like not everybody lives in Ontario. But Regina, Saskatchewan, I believe, is where she's from. And yeah, so that came pretty quick, and it came all the way to Ontario. So I love it, and I cannot wait. But guess what? I got other stuff that I have to work on, so I can't just, cast on everything. I'm going to run out of needles eventually. So I think I got enough projects. Oh no, I missed a new cast on. I just realized that. It's barely been started, but still. So I have it in my bag from my friend Opal, who is, her store is called Brownstone Creations. But this is called Me Not Paying Attention. So I said, you know what? After watching a couple more podcasts and how much progress they're making on their sweaters, I'm like, I want to start another sweater. I want to work on another sweater for myself. And you guys have seen the ones that I've set up, that are in the bags and everything, waiting to go. But then afterwards, I got interrupted by my aunt requesting her sweater and all that kind of stuff. All right, fine. So I said, okay, let me just wind up the yarn and I'm going to get going. So I wound up the first 2 skeins of yarn for this project. And then I went into the bag because I basically had everything just put inside this bag. So I went into the bag, and then I realized I had 2 skeins already wound up. I'm like, somebody's not paying attention. Then I remembered that I specifically asked Maria at the Knitting Loft, can you wind up 2 skeins of these? Because I was planning on, starting it up, and as soon as I could. However, my ball winder was not working. The old one I had, it was basically chewing everything up, and everything was becoming a disgusting ball, like knotted ball. So I asked her to do that. I completely forgot that I did that, and I didn't look deep enough in the bag to see that I already did that. It was already done. So suffice it to say, I've got these 3 already wound up, and then I started with 1. I just decided to put everything inside of the giant Ziploc bag. Thank you, Area 51, for storing my yarn in this to send it, because now it becomes useful and I can put my projects in them in a big bag. Yay! So I cast on the olive leaf sweater by, hold on, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, Ruriko. So I had printed out my pattern before. Do I know where it went to? Because I had marked my size. I had gone through everything. I don't know where it is. So I had to print another one, go through it again. All I did was, I haven't made it that far. I just cast on and I'd done like 4 to 5 rows on the entire thing. So I've got a long way to go, but that's okay. So I'm putting that back inside my bag so I don't lose it again. I've got, hold on. Plus I still got 2 more skeins that I have not wound. I don't know if I'm going to need all of this. I'll have to see, because that's 6 skeins in total that I'll have for this sweater. It might be a bit much, but since it's fingering weight yarn and it's like 80-20, I can use it for socks afterwards. So I'm not too worried about that. I'll definitely get use out of it. But I'm just going to put that back into the bag, put these back into the bag, and leave it at that. So I have a lot of stuff on my thing to go through. I don't think I updated my Ravelry pages. I wanted to be good on doing that, because for the longest time I had not been keeping track. I didn't keep track of the yarn that I got. I didn't keep track of the projects that I was knitting with them. And then I'd be there like, when did I start this again? So I'm trying my best now when I get yarn to, at the very least, put it up on Ravelry. And then when I start and stop a project, like start and finish a project, keep it updated. Just so at least when I'm thinking about it in my own head, I don't have to sit down there and scroll through my Instagram and hope that I put it down there, because I can never make that guarantee. So that is everything. I'm thinking. I really do believe that's everything. So that's 1 finished object, 1 work in progress, 1, 2, 3, 4 new cast-ons, and a bunch of new stuff. I need to take a break from all of this. So I don't know how long it's going to be until I do my next episode, but I want to be able to get a good amount done. So I think I'll have to see. So that is going to be everything for today. Thank you for spending your knitting, crafting, whatever kind of time with me. I hope to see you again soon. Not next week, probably not the week after, but after that should be good. So that's going to be everything. Bye.